How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back in the reaction video, and we're here with some more Pokemon content to watch. Yay, yay. Now, it's been a while since we last checked out a Pokemon Battle Royale from Terminal Montage. I think the one we watched previously was the Legendary and Mythical Battle Royale, which had two winners, kind of. I think it was Eternus and Arceus, because it's like you could have went either way. But this time, we're going to start with their first video ever that they uploaded for the Pokemon Battle Royale, which is going to be Pokemon Battle Royale. So we're gonna watch the animation and then we're gonna watch the explanation of the Pokemon Battle Royale, like the behind the scenes, like we did with the previous Battle Royale. So yeah, that's all gonna be in one video, so it's gonna be pretty long, so let's start this right now. Also, I just watched a video talking about the canonically strong Pokemon in each region, like the regular Pokemon, not legendaries. And I think I'm rooting for Magcargo here, but I wanna see Surfetch in here. I wanna see if Surfetch can do work, but let's start this. What we got here? Over here, we're done with. Oh, that's a lot of Pokeballs. Pikachu, no! Because he's not in a Pokeball. That's a lot. Oh my god. Yep, all that. What is that in the bottom right? Absol? What's going on, Absol? Machamp! Jesus! I forgot the animation is funny.
It's showtime.
Oh, it is showtime. He's punching everybody off this island. I didn't expect Machamp to get... Magikarp, get out of there! Okay, he got out of there. I'll turn up a little bit more. Pidgey! Oh, what's happening with this? All the birds can get out of there. There you go. Fly away. Pidgeotto? Jesus. I forgot the name. Oh, okay. Wow. Alright, I did not predict they got all the fish Pokemon. Water Pokemon. No! Not the garbage Pokemon! No! It's just a touch. Oh. Watch out! Is that Muck? That's not Muck. There's so much destruction going on. Muck, use toxic. Nope. It's Jinx. My gosh, too many. Is that Jigglypuff? Like the not Jigglypuff, but in the Sunlight. What is happening? Ew. Oh. Ah, is that Blastoise? Yeah! Oh yeah, Blastoise is a good contender right here. Oh. That's not gonna work. That worked. Didn't expect that. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, okay. That's the Decidueye, right? Oh, we're anime. We're anime here. Get out of here. Oh, no, don't bully him.
Now you've done it.
Machamp's still here. Pseudo, oh my god, he punched that. Yeah, you can't throw him out against it. The speed. Ooh, weaving. You can't hit him. You can't hit Machamp. It's not working. It worked. Oh! Wow! Oh, there's Gardevoir. Yeah. Black Hole's nothing right. She was also a strong contender when I watched the... I saw Beware. What? Kirby? I don't know who's gonna win now. Wait, is that March? What did he throw? Is that Magcargo? I can't think of it. What was that? Oh, there's Wobbuffet. Yep, there's that. Ah, Wobbuffet, you piece of trash. He's gonna counter you. No! Of course it's Wobbuffet. Of course that was a Wobbuffet who did it. Oh, okay, mine. Hey, Alakazam and Metagross. Oh, there's another one.
Get him, baby.
Get him, baby. That's not getting hurt. That is. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Good luck. Nice dome. That's creepy. No, he's licking you. He's licking you. Oh. Okay. Did he just eat his soul? Oh. What? Okay, yeah. 4 Pokemon remain. Alakazam is just over here, up into the atmosphere and space. Is magic? What? No. There's. I forgot all about freaking Ditto. How did I forget about Ditto?
Professor, what just happened?
Yeah.
That was a simulation to see which Pokemon would win in a battle royale, based on the Pokedex entries you kids have been collecting for me. But now that I think of it, maybe I shouldn't have children gather my Pokedex data anymore.
Nah, you're fine.
I need to study these stats more. I'll let my
Results?
assistant
Okay.
Loxton explain the rest.
Hey, I'm Loxton.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that right after this.
The scientific implications of what you just witnessed in that battle royale.
Yes, please. I
All you
need to
gotta do
watch
is click
this.
right here.
Let me make sure there's nothing else at the end. We're gonna click that. We're going right to it. But bye, Ash. Now, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
What does an
Comes at the end.
electric-type Pokemon say when they get gassy while drinking milk?
What?
I'm Zapdos intolerant.
Well, I'm glad we're going to the next video. It's just right there. We're just right there. Yeah, my pick was Magcargo, the fire snail Pokemon, because I heard like just it being there, it's twice as hot as the sun. But I forgot about freaking Wobbuffet. I forgot about him. Let's see an explanation on why this happened or why Ditto won this.
What if every non-legendary and non-mythic Pokemon were dropped onto an island in a battle royale?
It seems like
Fortnite style.
Fortnite style. 4 years ago. This is
What if
4
we
years
also
ago.
were to make it just a bit more scientifically accurate than Pokemon tends to be, and take everything the Pokedex says literally?
Everything,
After all,
literal.
it's the Pokemon encyclopedia of the Pokemon world, so
Right?
being
It's
Pokedex
law.
accurate is essentially the same thing as being scientifically accurate. It's not like the Pokedex was written by kids or anything.
Of course not.
And that is exactly the question we asked. We, as in myself, as well as Terminal Montage, who made this amazing animation that we're going to be analyzing.
That was funny. I forgot how funny the animation was.
Click here,
or
check it out.
gets.
It's basically a hilarious animation depicting our findings on who would actually win. Fancy transition. And now that you've seen it, hopefully, let's get into explaining it all.
Yes,
bit
please.
by bit. What Pokedex entries and facts
I
inspired
did not know
each
about Ditto.
individual scene. So the first thing we figured out when starting this whole project
some other Pokemon.
was which Pokemon would actually survive until the end. Seems odd to start with the end, but that's what we did. After all, there are like 8 million Pokemon. So we figured out the ones that are the most likely to win and worked our way sort of backwards.
Okay,
Basically,
I see
all
it.
of the fighting you see before the massive purple explosion is to make the video more interesting and hilarious. Meaning, of
Gotcha.
course,
Yep.
all the Pokemon who survived it are the ones that actually have a high chance of winning. All depending on other circumstances. But let's go ahead and cover this from the beginning, now that that's explained and out of the way. So the first interesting Pokedex tidbit is with Absol, which has the ability to foretell the coming of disasters with its horn. So of course, it's here, freaking out about the soon-to-be battle to the death.
I didn't know that,
Death
okay.
Itself and all the Pokemon around it. We then see it get hit by Machamp.
Yep,
and flung
boom,
off
first
the island,
blood.
Followed by several others. So hands down, all 4 of them, Machamp is one of the most overpowered Pokemon in existence. Not only is it stated to have mastered every fighting style,
Every
but it
fighting
can
style?
punch any victim clear across the horizon, according
Anybody?
to the Pokedex.
Oh,
Given
God.
the curvature of the Earth, for an average 6-foot person, the horizon is about 3 miles away. Though, of course, the higher up you go, the further you can see.
Okay.
But this means that Machamp can launch things past that. And that's just the minimum horizon. And that's not even all. On top of this insane strength, it can punch 500 times a second.
What?
What? No wonder it's so strong and has so much
Oh,
force
God.
behind its punches.
I
To
can
be
see
that
why it was a
fast
strong contender.
already implies a ridiculous amount of strength and an insane amount of
By the
G's
animation
being
here,
applied from the sheer
Machamp.
speed alone, let alone the strength that's behind it. So obviously, Machamp's kill-to-death ratio is insane.
Yes.
And of course, any Pokemon, upon witnessing the sheer power of a Machamp with a literal Pokedex, it'd be intimidated.
Yeah, I'm running.
Especially a poor little Pokemon like Magikarp. So this Magikarp, of course,
Ooh,
is
jump
spared and
super
sneaks
far into the sky. I didn't know it could do that.
People often make fun of Magikarp, as it's garbage. But according to the Pokedex, they can actually leap over mountains. What
What?
the heck? Though it
Why is it so
doesn't
useless in the
specify a
game?
specific mountain.
Except for you evolve it.
But considering the ridiculous nature of Pokemon, let's just go ahead and say Mount Everest. That means Magikarp can leap at least 29,000 feet into the air.
Wow.
In the next scene, we see Wailord, the biggest Pokemon there is. And fun
Okay.
fact, if Wailord were real, it would be the 6th largest animal to walk or swim the earth. It's a blue whale, after all. But get this, according to the Pokedex, it is 47 feet long and weighs 877
Put my glasses
pounds.
here.
Now, I'll spare you the mathematical details, I'll have a video all about those here later, but we figured out the volume and the density of a Wailord, and long
Okay.
story short, it's not only impossible to submerge a Wailord, but it's lighter than air. It's a big blimp,
Really?
and would rise up and up and up in a scientifically accurate world,
Huh.
all the way up to the higher atmosphere, which is probably out of bounds.
So it's the largest and lightest
Not that
animal,
its
basically.
disqualification matters though, because it gets taken out by what is, hands down, very likely to be the most overpowered electric type Pokemon there
That's
is.
the most overpowered
Pokedex
one?
states that Electivire can send 20,000 volts of electricity into its foes, though that information is completely meaningless. Volts don't really measure power so much.
Okay, yeah.
It's complicated, but I did do this video explaining all of the complexities of Electivire. But basically, the number sounds
meaningless
high,
power of
but without the
Electrivive.
watts or amps,
Viver.
it could be anywhere
Viver?
from
Yeah,
actually insanely catastrophic to, ow, that hurt a little bit.
A little static shock.
But then, another Pokedex entry clears some things up.
Okay.
It states that a single Electivire can provide enough electricity for all of the buildings in a big city.
All of the
for a
buildings?
year. God.
Jeez, that's a lot of power.
So how big is a big city? It probably doesn't mean Tokyo, a mega metropolis. Maybe not even like New York City or
I was
maybe
thinking
not
New
even
York.
like San Francisco or Seattle. If you ask me, a Pacific Northwest pride jerk like the rest of all of us here, I feel like Portland, Oregon would be a good minimum
Okay.
city to look at. It's the biggest city in Oregon.
That's still a lot
It's
of power,
definitely
though.
a big city, but not a huge one. So Portland, Oregon uses about 12,000 kilowatt hours a year, or 38.8 a day. I'll spare you the complicated details, but again, they're here. But this basically means that Electivire is a small lightning storm, as one lightning bolt can contain 1,400 kilowatt hours worth of electricity. But Electivire can choose where the lightning goes, giving it insane power.
Okay,
and
yeah,
summoning
yeah.
that much power in one place would only
He was
attract
shocking
a
that
real
poor
lightning
Pokemon.
storm to occur, of which Electivire can probably control. And note, again, this is on the very, very
Yeah.
low end.
Low ball on it,
If
the
you go
power
to
right
the
now.
opposite extreme of a big city like Tokyo, which is a traditional big city for those living in Japan, like Pokemon's developers, we're now looking at, instead of 12,000, 14 billion. So, that's the range we're dealing with here.
Wait. That was a huge jump in the number. That was a huge jump. I thought he was gonna say like 14,000 or 1,400,000. Nah, he said billion. Wait, nah, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. That's not what I heard.
14 Pokemon's developers, we're now looking at, instead of 12,000, 14 billion.
He said
So,
it. That's
the range we're
crazy.
dealing with here.
That's
Electivire is
crazy.
insane. If Portland, Oregon, a small big city, is a small lightning storm,
How did I expect that jump?
try to guess what Tokyo is. So if Electivire got mad enough, it could also get an insane KD, just by
Yeah.
summoning a lightning storm of insane power, and basically taking out every water
Yeah,
type
everybody.
in the sea, and
Water type
all
at
of
least.
the flying types in the air.
Right.
And that's what it does.
Mhm.
God,
All the water types.
think of the smell. Ugh. Now imagine being a being with a nose 100 million times better than that of a human.
Ooh.
That's Slurpuff for you. For context, dogs have 300 million
That's like a
centroceptors,
bad
and
ability to
humans
have.
only have 6 million. But Slurpuff's difference. Pokemon are insane
Yes.
and stupid. This
Yes.
would mean that Slurpuff has around 600 trillion scent receptors.
Trillion?
Humans, 6 million.
You know, why do you need all that sniffing?
It's really no wonder that it
Ew.
dies upon just smelling Garbodor.
Oh,
melting
that's-
into muck.
Oh,
Both
Garbodor
smell
killed.
so bad that they can cause fainting.
Yeah,
Also, the Pokedex points out that muck is the natural enemy to Garbodor. So
Really?
that's why it's attacked.
Wow, I kind of like Garbodor because
Also
he's
states
so
that
goofy.
muck is so toxic that a single touch is all it
I knew
takes
that.
to kill plants instantly.
I knew that.
And
It
the
is
planet
very
walks
toxic.
becomes barren of plant life for 3 years.
That's crazy.
Also notice Spoink here stops bouncing and dies. Apparently this is accurate to the Pokedex because... Also notice Spoink here stops bouncing and dies. Apparently this is accurate to the
Oh.
Pokedex because
Oh.
this creature, if it ever stops bouncing, dies.
Oh no.
Also, Alakazam just blows the minds of the Hitmons. Brain over
I didn't
tongue
see that. That's crazy. That's scary.
Now then, few Ice-type Pokemon can match the insane freezing power of a Glalie, which, as the Pokedex explains, can instantly freeze moisture in the atmosphere, and that it uses that power to freeze its foes solid. To do this in a reasonable amount of time, you would need some intense wind chill at less than 879 negative 879
Yeah, I'm like,
degrees
if it's
Fahrenheit, which is
Fahrenheit, not negative. That's insane heat.
well, that's at the end. And of
But
course,
I'm sorry.
anything organic upon
You're
becoming
sorry.
frozen solid becomes brittle, hence Squirtle and Muck shattering.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one. According to the Pokedex, when Igglybuff starts bouncing,
Igglybuff,
nothing can
that's the
stop
name.
it. It's
That's
impossible.
the name. Okay.
Imagine
Wait.
such an existence, just constantly cowering in fear of whatever bounces you. Always trying to avoid everything that moves, because if they happen to bump into you, your life
done.
is over.
Yep, you're done.
Also,
You're
this
bounced
satellite
forever.
falls into Matang, who doesn't even care, because according to the Pokedex, Matang can withstand a jet crashing into it and not even get a scratch.
Okay, interesting.
Holy butts. Also, how do they know that?
We had to do a little testing.
Also, it loves to pursue Nosepass because they love magnetism. It gets them off. Did you know that anyone who grabs the hilt of a Honage will have their soul removed from their body?
What?
Now you do.
Okay, thank
Also,
you.
Delibird's bag is actually its tail. Gross. Chestnut, with its shielded
Ew.
arms, can withstand bombs.
Yeah, I
And
saw
don't know
that.
who
That's
tested
crazy.
That out. But interestingly, Turtonator's turds are also explosive, like a landmine.
Oh my
But
gosh,
no
both of those
amount
Pokemon
shielded
are nasty.
arms or back could protect you from a Blastoise cannon.
Yep,
which
the Blastoise,
can
yep,
right through
I know about
concrete
that.
walls and thick sheets of steel, making them like the water jets used to cut steel, which are typically put under 30 to 90,000.
Mm-hmm.
PSI.
Yep, we know that. We know that.
Insane, and very capable of destroying a building at any given time.
But Charizard, I did not know.
Did you know that apparently Charizard's fire breath, according to the Pokedex, is hot enough to melt literally anything?
Anything?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Even Blastoise would be no match for flaming.
Yeah, I'm like,
at
I thought
temperature.
Blastoise was gonna beat him, but I
So here's a
guess
fun
not.
duel. Infernape, Samurott, and Decidueye. 3 of the most skilled starter Pokemon there are.
Okay.
Decidueye is accurate enough to pierce a pebble over 100 yards away with its arrows.
That's skillful.
And it's
That's very
cool enough
skillful.
to actually pull off dabbing. That's basically
I'm
what
not doing
archery
it.
is. Dabbing before you kill someone.
I mean,
Also,
not really,
Decidueye
but
can knock and fire an arrow in 1/10 of a second.
that's
Both battles are decided in the blink
some
of an eye.
insane
So clearly it's the
FPS right
victor in
there.
this duel, right?
I mean, fire rate. What's the FPS?
As it's dueling against the wrong Pokemon.
Ah.
Samurott can draw, attack, and sheathe its swords in less than a blink of an eye as well.
Well, geez.
So it's just as fast.
Yeah.
Also, Infernape has insane agility and martial arts skills using every limb.
Hmm.
According to Pokedex, no Pokemon can match its quickness. Meaning, it's also
Nobody?
quicker than
Oh,
Samurott.
it's the fastest
in
Pokemon.
that duel as well. So
Gotcha.
Tyranitar is insane, and you can very easily win this battle royale given
Oh,
the right
really?
circumstances. After all, according to the Pokedex, it just knocks over mountains. And it just can't be harmed by any sort of attack. Just no pain.
Oh, it
As long
doesn't
as it's
feel.
good
It
enough
feels
so that
nothing.
No damage can happen to it whatsoever. But that doesn't mean it can't be launched far away off
Ah,
the island.
so it felt no pain, but it still can like get knocked back. Okay.
Oh, but here comes Arcanine, According to the Pokedex,
What does it do?
anyone that hears its bark can't help but grovel at it.
Ooh, that's why he took it.
Attack. Biff. Attack. Fight. The winning strategy. But sound can't travel past a black hole, and Gardevoir can make it
yep.
just unleashes.
That makes
its
sense.
psychokinetic
That makes sense why.
energy at
Okay.
Full power, and just twists some dimensions, and boom, black holes everywhere. Oh god. We've got a video detailing all of that science.
So many Pokemon
Also,
mean their ends
Espers
meet.
ever open, it creates a massive explosion of psychic power, so that happens.
Oh, that's what
But
happened.
black
Okay.
holes don't matter to a ghost like Dusclops, whose inner body is said to be hollow and like a black hole. It can suck things up, and they never, ever.
Oh, you are Kirby. You're basically Kirby.
And theoretically,
Minus the whole hollow body
all
part.
of the black holy mass, it would get bigger. So that happened.
What happens?
And theoretically, upon
Body is entirely hollow when it opens its mouth. Okay, yeah.
all of the black holy mass, it would get bigger. So that happens.
That's why I got
Oranguru
bigger.
is a
Okay.
very smart Pokemon. It even knows how to throw Pokeballs and
Word?
turn Pokemon
Okay.
Pokeballs. So it does just that. It helps out a Pokeball that didn't open. Out pops Magcargo.
Yeah, that was
The
Magcargo.
reason we
Yep.
had Magcargo saved for later was to add all of the extra fun stuff we've already covered. Because the first question at the very beginning of this was, of course, which Pokemon could actually survive the Magcargo explosion?
Yeah.
Since those would be the only ones with any chance.
Yeah, because that's it could,
So here's the
yeah,
scientific
twice as hot as the sun.
Magcargo is said to be 18,000 degrees.
Yep. He was my
nearly
pick.
Twice as hot as the surface of the sun, which is insane, but not as crazy as many people think it is. We did a video. I keep pointing the wrong direction. We did a video here that explains all of this in more detail, but basically,
Interesting.
because of the way thermodynamics actually works, and taking into account the Pokedex listing of Magcargo's height and weight, it wouldn't actually be all that bad to be relatively close to you. But you would get burns and cook alive if you were standing like right next to it, but 100 feet, you'd be fine.
Interesting, because it's so small, maybe.
But what is
Yeah.
especially interesting is if this Pokemon were accurate to science, it would be a light purplish color, like shiny Magcargo.
Oh, that's why it was purple.
But if Magcargo isn't actually all that dangerous, then why does it create a huge shockwave of death that wiped out the island? Well, because realistically, releasing a Pokemon from a Pokeball is converting energy into mass. And heat, hot energy, has a lot to do with that. Releasing any Pokemon from a Pokeball would realistically create a shockwave. But when all the Pokemon are coming down at the same time, they'd likely be fine. The shockwaves are just going all over the place. The Pokemon are still just being converted. So, you know. Also, if they all just blew each other away, it'd be like a 2-second video. That's no fun. But
Exactly.
Magcargo's shockwaves specifically would be crazy because of its insane heat. That's completely throughout its whole body. Ridiculous. This shockwave takes out basically the last bit of HP most
So this gorilla Pokemon knew about all of that and threw that Pokeball to summon Magcargo to cause this shockwave, but he would have died in the process. The gorilla Pokemon, I forgot his name. He mentioned it, but I forgot.
And
But
any
keep
that
it going.
survive are still blasted off of the island. All besides a few. Gengar can ghost itself into the ground. Alakazam
Right.
can teleport to safety.
Right.
Dusknoir can curl in on itself and travel to the spirit dimension.
Didn't know that.
Trio can pull its head into the ground at the freaking speed of light.
Speed of light.
So of course, it's fine. Pokemon are dumb.
Yeah.
The shockwave would of course carry heat with it, turning Palossand into glass, and Camerupt just doesn't care. It's said to be also 18,000 degrees.
Yeah, it's also hot.
internally, anyway. Also, it's really heavy. Also, look, isn't cute? The Duskull, it has a little noggin face. Ha.
I
Cloister
see.
Shell can withstand anything and is impossible to open, but it's not holding on to anything, so it gets blasted. Spiritomb is made up of 108 evil souls bound to a key.
That's why the souls came.
From being destroyed. Releases them all. Evilest of souls. Wobbuffet.
No. I gotta see the souls now. Okay, we know someone. I think I saw Jake Paul in there. I'm just gonna play it out.
Evilest of souls. Wobbuffet
Just gonna
is
play it
able
out.
to counter anything, so it reflects
Yep.
the massive shockwave right back at
Wobbuffet.
Magcargo. But it still takes the damage and doesn't make it. As you can see, the tail just left. Now,
Interesting.
we're just down to the Pokemon that could withstand the hot shockwave. Mr. Mime is capable of making barriers by minutely vibrating its fingertips to stop molecules in the air. Yeah, you
Interesting.
heard that right. And because it's not just 0 Kelvin ice powers, that just means that Mr. Mime has some ridiculous psychic ability. Anyway, it does so, and Alakazam and Metagross are both intelligent and fast enough to know that getting behind this barrier is the only way.
Okay, smart
to have a
Pokemon.
chance
Smart
to survive.
Pokemon.
Bronzong is heat-proof and heavy, and now Camerupt is ready to show its true power, showering hot magma out of a volcano, nearly as hot as Magcargo. But having just survived a big hot blast, the other Pokemon are having none of that. And
No.
now it's the Ghost's turn. Gengar and Dusknoir, the ghosts.
Oh, that was
of
Gengar, okay.
the ghosts. They begin to consume the remains of the psychic type.
Ah.
The intelligent Alakazam knows that it has no chance of winning
See ya.
if it doesn't retreat, so it goes to meditate in the sky. Mr. Mime's barrier doesn't matter to a ghost like Gengar, which just consumes souls willy-nilly, lurking in the shadows and causing...
That's a crazy Pokélore.
But Gengar is also poison type, weak to ground. And Dugtrio comes in, popping out of the ground at the speed of light. That's all it takes to really...
Did not know that.
Dusknoir then finishes them off and takes them to the spirit realm inside of its body, much like a previous evolution of it. It's just filled with
Taking
void.
souls. It's taking souls.
Well, insane. But none of this matters, as Magikarp is now falling back down from its crazy leap earlier. This is the funny part we were talking about.
Yeah.
Taking out Alakazam and Dusknoir.
I forgot about
a fall from
Magikarp.
that sort of height would be landing at 400 Gs of force. And typically it only takes maybe 60 Gs to kill a person. So
Okay, can you break that down for me?
Death by Magikarp.
That makes sense now.
And then Death by Magikarp again. Oh wait, it's Ditto. Ditto may have one.
Wait.
And then 60 Gs to kill a person. So
Oh.
Magikarp.
Okay, because yeah, Magikarp jumped super high in the air and it came back down and destroyed that spirit Pokemon.
and then Death
And then-
by Magikarp again.
And then
Oh,
Magikarp
wait,
came down.
It's Ditto.
It's Ditto.
Ditto won this particular instance of our Pokemon Fortnite battle.
I get it.
Buzzword. But like any simulation, there are bound to be several scenarios and combinations of things that lead to different Pokemon winning. After all, if Machamp gets defeated before punching Tyranitar away, Tyranitar then has an insane chance at victory,
Really?
being completely immune to attack and all. I was thinking, well, maybe it just means physical attack, so you could attack it with like psychic
Yeah.
moves, but
Like in
no,
a
it's
black
dark
hole.
type. It's immune to psychic.
Oh.
Egad. The
Oh,
only
wow.
other thing I could
Okay.
see defeating a Tyranitar would be a flying type Pokemon just carrying it away, dropping it into the ocean. and drowning
Pick it up and it's just.
That's about it. Gengar and Dusknoir are the ultimate ghost-type Pokemon, which are
Mm-hmm.
already at a huge advantage as they are completely devoid of science. And given the right circumstances, Alakazam has an insanely high chance of victory as well.
Really?
It's capable of
Alakazam!
outsmarting the rest.
Two
But in
spoons.
this particular simulation we decided to show, Ditto won. Likely
Interesting.
because its ability to use abilities of any of the surrounding Pokemon.
That makes
At will.
sense.
It can create a Mr. Mime level barrier. It can move with Infernape quickness.
It can do anything,
Or in this
really.
instance, fling itself into the air like
Yeah.
Magikarp.
It's watching bits from space.
Actually, but whatever works. And like I said, there are loads of Pokemon that have a high chance of winning. Which Pokemon do you think have the highest chance of winning a Battle Royale style fight like this? Non-legendaries, non-mythics.
I mean, really Ditto,
Well,
because he could just
that's-
become any
that's
Pokemon
the
and use
way
any
I
abilities.
That way.
Or it could become any Pokemon, use any
That's
abilities.
my awkward ending. Again, if you missed this animation, check it out.
Saw
Why
it,
aren't
yeah.
you watching it? You watched this whole explanation of it, but didn't get to actually see it. I'm not including the sounds in it, so like
I'm not
that
including the
plays a
sounds of
big
it.
part. It's amazing. Check it. Do it.
We did it! I did it!
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you for bringing it down for
Stop
me.
using your noggin.
Okay, now that makes a lot of sense now. Stuff I didn't see during the animation, like Alakazam melting those two Pokemon's brain or making their heads pop. Just one Pokemon holding up a sword and his life he just disappeared or something like that. His life got drained. Scary. But no, that was great. If you would have told me Magikarp was gonna win the whole shebang, but then turned out to be Ditto in disguise, I would have called your bluff. Cause I really thought Magikarp was gonna win it. I'm sorry. Cause I really thought Magcargo, the fire snow Pokemon, I can never say his name right. I really thought he was gonna win it because he's as hot as the sun, twice the sun. But Wobbuffet is a good counter. So is the ghost Pokemon. They can just phase into the ground. Actually, I'm not sure. They probably could just phase. Mr. Mime can just put a barrier up and protect itself. Alakazam can just teleport. But Alakazam seems to be also a smart Pokemon, so probably would have survived in the alternative Battle Royale. I see the two ghost Pokemon right there, Gengar and I can't remember the other one. They probably could have won some Battle Royales too if it was like played again. This was a lot of fun. I gotta clap it up once again to the animators and the breakdown in this video. This was fun. I can't wait to watch the next Battle Royales, but we're gonna stop it right here. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. Hope you had a ton of fun watching this and you were laughing as well watching the animated battle. And yeah, thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. Deuces. Wow, there's so much chaos. I did not expect Machamp to be over here putting hands to everyone that came into his eyes. Just showed up. He was boxing everybody. Off my island. Everyone get off my island, he said.